Welcome back to The Bystander. Throughout history, the human mind has been obsessed with progress. We want to go faster, fly higher, and live longer. We build machines to conquer nature and rewrite the laws of physics. But there is a dark side to innovation. Sometimes, the creator becomes the prey. The very machine designed to serve the master turns around and destroys him. It is the ultimate irony of fate. Today, we are observing the worst invention deaths ever. These are the tragic, true stories of inventors who were killed by their own creations. A heavy reminder that progress always demands a price. Number 1, the toxic genius, Thomas Midgley Jr. Let's start with a man often called the most destructive single organism in history, Thomas Midgley Jr. He is the genius and the villain who gave us leaded gasoline and CFCs. His inventions damaged the Earth's atmosphere permanently. But it wasn't the poison that killed him directly. In his later years, Midgley contracted polio. The man who once changed the world was now paralyzed, unable to even get out of bed. But his inventor's mind was still active. To regain some independence, he designed a complex system of ropes, pulleys, and bars over his bed. It was a brilliant piece of engineering, designed to lift him up whenever he wanted. He trusted his machine completely. However, in 1944, the machine malfunctioned in the worst way possible. Midgley got tangled in the ropes, he couldn't scream, and he couldn't move. He was strangled to death by his own invention. The man who suffocated the planet was silenced by a simple rope. Number 2, the revenge of the press, William Bullock. Let's go back to 1867. Meet William Bullock, a true pioneer of the Industrial Revolution. He invented the web rotary printing press. This beast of a machine changed how newspapers were made, printing thousands of pages an hour. But industrial machines have no mercy. One day, in Philadelphia, a driving belt on his press got stuck. Bullock was impatient. Instead of turning off the power, he decided to kick the belt to get it moving again. That was a fatal mistake. His leg was instantly pulled into the crushing mechanism. The machine didn't care that he was its creator. It just kept spinning. His leg was crushed under the massive gears. He survived the initial accident, but gangrene set in days later. He died during the surgery to amputate the leg. He was literally crushed by the weight of his own success. Number 3, the propeller train Valerian Abakovsky. Russia, 1921. A young inventor named Valerian Abakovsky had a crazy idea. He wanted to transport Soviet officials faster than ever before. His solution? The Aero Wagon. Imagine a train car, but instead of a normal engine, it had a massive airplane propeller strapped to the front. It was designed to fly down the tracks at high speeds. It looked dangerous, and it was. On its test run, carrying Abakovsky and several high-ranking officials, the Aero Wagon actually worked. It reached incredible speeds. But on the return trip to Moscow, physics took over. The wagon hit a rough section of the track at 85 miles per hour. It derailed and flew off the rails, disintegrating upon impact. Abakovsky and 5 others were killed instantly. A tragic end to a high-speed dream. Number 4, the flying car disaster, Henry Smolinski. In the 1,970 seconds, everyone dreamed of flying cars. Henry Smolinski decided to make it real. He took a Ford Pinto, a car already known for being dangerous, and welded the wings of a Cessna airplane onto it. He called it the Ave Mazar. He was so confident that he planned to sell them to the public the next year. In 1973, he took it for a test flight in California, with himself in the pilot's seat. The car took off. It was flying! But cars are heavy, and airplane wings are fragile. Moments after takeoff, the right wing structurally failed. It folded up and detached from the car. The Ford Pinto dropped from the sky like a stone. Henry Smolinski died in the crash. Turns out, welding wings to a cheap car isn't exactly rocket science, it's just a death wish. Number 5, the Iron Coffin, Horace Lawson Hunley. During the American Civil War, Horace Lawson Hunley wanted to change naval warfare. He invented one of the first combat submarines. It was basically a long iron tube powered by a hand-cranked propeller. The vessel was dangerous. It had already sunk twice, killing part of its crew. But Hunley was determined. He decided to captain the third mission himself to prove it was safe. On the 15th of October, 1863, Hunley took the submarine down. But he failed to surface. The submarine filled with water and sank to the bottom of the harbor. Hunley and his entire crew drowned inside his metal tube. He was buried with full military honors, but his invention became his iron coffin. Number 6. The Quest for Immortality. Alexander Bogdanov. Alexander Bogdanov was a man who wanted to cheat death. A Russian physician and philosopher, he believed that blood transfusions were the key to eternal youth. He wanted to live forever. He started experimenting on himself. After 11 transfusions, he claimed his eyesight improved and his balding stopped. He felt like a god, but his confidence made him reckless. In 1928, he traded blood with a student suffering from malaria and tuberculosis. Bogdanov thought his rejuvenated body was immune to the disease. He was wrong. The transfusion caused a severe reaction. The student actually survived, but Bogdanov's body shut down. He died quickly and painfully. In his search for eternal life, he found an early grave. Number 7, the radium martyr, Marie Curie, the brilliant woman who discovered polonium and radium. She is the only person to win Nobel Prizes in 2 different scientific fields, but she worked in a time when radiation was not understood. She carried test tubes of radioactive isotopes in her pockets. She kept them in her desk drawers. She loved the beautiful, faint blue glow they made in the dark. She didn't know that the light she loved was slowly killing her. She died in 1934 from aplastic anemia, caused by long-term exposure to radiation. She gave her life to advance human knowledge. Her sacrifice was absolute. Nearly 100 years later, her notebooks are still so radioactive that they must be kept in lead-lined boxes, a deadly legacy that will last for centuries. The number 8, the Brazen Bull, Perios of Athens. Let's go back to ancient Greece. Perillos of Athens was a bronze worker who wanted to impress a tyrant named Phalaris. He invented a torture device called the Brazen Bull. It was a hollow bronze statue of a bull. The victim was locked inside, and a fire was lit underneath. As the victim screamed in agony, pipes in the bull's nose converted the screams into the sound of a bellowing bull. Perillos proudly showed it to Phalaris, but the tyrant was disgusted by the cruelty. He told Perillos, "Get inside and show me how the sound pipes work." Perillos was locked in, and the fire was lit. He became the very first victim of his own horrific invention. These inventors pushed the boundaries of what is possible. Some did it for greed, some for dreams, and some for humanity. But they all met the same fate. They were consumed by their own creations. Thank you for observing The Bystander. If you enjoyed these stories, please hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel survive the algorithm. Stay curious, stay safe, and respect the unknown. I'll see you in the next